So, yeah, we were in the car and drove by Pepper Jack's again yesterday, and I haven't eaten there in a long time.
They missed you.
They do, and I said, "Hi, Pepper Jacks," and what did Pepper Jack say?
Oh, hi, Vance. It's been a minute. Mm.
That's how they sound. And then I drove by Who Hot, and I said, "Hi, Who Hot." They said,
Oh, hey, Vance.
"Funny, all the restaurants in our town sound the same."
Not only that, but
when Natalie's in the
they're
car.
very it's very like weird seductive. Like
It is.
oh hi Vance.
Come eat me.
Got a fresh hot bar for you.
What if you went in there though and everybody talked like that? Table for two.
I'd be like, I told you so. You guys want white rice or fried rice with your stir fry? Y'all been to Hoo-Ha before? You know how it works.
Yeah, just grab a bowl, right? Just one per customer. I don't know why this sounds like Bobcat Goldthwait, but
I love
one per
Who Hot.
customer.
Do you like Who Hot?
I love Who Hot.
Me
Dude,
too.
Who Hot is the
I usually
best.
get all fish.
They have the best
That's
goddamn
it.
ranch.
Just
I
a
know that
bowl of
sounds
fish.
like
Yeah, I do. I just get a bowl of fish.
What do you get at Who Hot that has ranch on it?
Yeah.
vegetables.
Oh, I didn't know they did that.
They'll give you a salad.
Okay, so you're not supposed to take the vegetables off the bar and eat them, but we ban stuff
Oh my god!
because of CrossFit.
I don't
You should
like
try
a lot
that
of
with the
vegetables
chicken next
cooked.
time, Vance.
Like, I don't like cooked carrots. I don't like cooked celery.
Really?
Yes, you
But
just
I
grabbed a
love all
bowl of
that shit.
vegetables.
Oh my
You
god.
should just try it with the chicken next time, please.
I will.
Wait.
for
what
our
do you-
sakes.
so you guys aren't supposed to take the off the.
Apparently
No,
not.
You're not
because
taking the
the-
garnish, are you?
No,
The
it's they
the little ice liners.
no. They said don't take the vegetables off the buffet because
They're
it
cross-contaminated.
cross contaminate, and then somebody can drip like salmonella or chicken juice into the veggies by accident.
But that's
Just
my
like drop
favorite
the
part.
Salmonella. Is the salmonella?
Yeah.
Yeah, he grabs a straw and just goes up there.
I drink all the chicken juice out
God,
of the bin.
that's so gross. It reminds me of Arrested Development when she's making the hot ham water.
Yeah. Oh God.
I like it.
I am a cook, Michael.
Sometimes I like to have a
I'm a good
chicken.
mother.
I like to have a chicken juice milkshake.
Oh, gross.
Oh
Chicken
my
juice
God.
milkshake.
I had a
milkshake.
friend who used to do that when we were lifting. He would be like, I got no time to eat. And he put out all of his food in a blender and he would drink it like a
It's
protein shake.
disgusting.
He's like, yeah, it's whatever. It just comes the same way coming out. So it doesn't
No.
really matter.
No, it doesn't.
I'm
No,
like,
it
no,
does
it doesn't.
not.
That's not how poop
That
works.
probably never left his stomach. It is still in there.
I'm like, you liquefy your food?
First of all, you never ate a bowling ball before now.
Sorry.
But you could grind one up with the blend tech.
Oh, with the Ninja, dude.
The Ninja would do it, you think?
Goddamn right.
Oh goddamn. That ninja's the shit.
That Ninja's my brother.
Anybody who's got out there. Oh, by the way, look who's here, folks. It's the audience.
Ooh.
Hi, hello, and how are you?
And this is the Don't Look Under the Bed podcast. The podcast.
What do we have for him, Johnny?
For, on The Price is Right.
I thought you were going for the Let's Get Ready to Rumble guy.
Let's get ready to rumble. I'm a cheerleader. This podcast for all things comedy and horror. I'm one of your
Vivacious.
No, I've said
We've
vivacious
used
1,000 times.
The
Sequential.
tankers we've used.
I'm one of your sequential hosts.
Sequential.
Dan Wonder next to me is
Natalie Rose.
next to hers,
I'm Vinny Rose.
and next to me again is.
Nicholas Myers.
And today we've got emails, we've got shameless plugs, we've got
Shameless
pigs,
plugs.
and we've got people talking about things. And me and Allie are going to talk a little bit about Black Mirror. I'd like to talk about that. Have you guys watched it?
Boot it.
I like to talk about.
Yeah, he's seen like bits and pieces of.
Oh,
a couple
dude, yeah,
episodes.
it's
I think he's waiting for me
Like,
to go through it.
Wait a minute. She's in his mind.
yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I just started it, and
He's gonna play World
but
of Warcraft.
but Daniel was showing me on our Xbox that it was playing them incorrectly, and so I'm out of order. But it matters, but it doesn't matter.
You are out of order.
Yeah, you're out of order.
This whole damn court's out of order.
Order in the court. I'll have a tuna salad on rye.
Oh, don't do that. The dog's gonna bark.
Yeah.
Favorite
My bad.
favorite courtroom saying from a movie.
Pikachu.
What
Oh.
movie was that?
I actually have one. And it's from Liar Liar.
Okay.
Was that the one you were going
yeah,
for?
Go ahead.
Really?
No, I was going. That one was one, but go ahead.
Goose.
My favorite is. Do you have any last words? Or they said, where they told Billy the Kid in Young Guns to be hanged by the neck until ye be dead, dead, dead. You have any last words? He said, yes, Your Honor, you can go to hell, hell, hell.
All right. That's a good
Classic.
one.
Classics.
Nelly, you said Pikachu?
No, I was just yelling things.
Apparently I'm going to start
I like
talking like
Night
this
Court,
now.
and that was on.
Doom, 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 boom.
I was at work the other day, and it was on the
Doom,
TV,
doom, doom, doom,
and I was like,
doom,
"That's
doom,
Night
doom.
Court." So I stopped to watch. Doom, doom.
Liar Liar had some of the
Oh.
best one-liners of any
A
movie ever.
goose.
What do you think of
I
my new
haven't seen that in
dress?
so long.
Whatever takes the focus off your head.
Hey, what's up? Nothing. Your cholesterol,
What about
fatty.
that little kid that was in it?
Oh,
Has he been in anything?
no, Maximilian. That was
Yeah.
his name. Max baseball stuff.
He got him a baseball.
Aw.
Yeah, he got him the baseball glove, and then his stepdad.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, we're gonna oil it, put a rubber band around it.
It's gonna be fresh as a daisy.
He's like, my plan to phase myself out of my son's life is almost complete.
Sweet. I'm gonna
Carrie
look up
Ellis
that kid.
doing that, and Carrie Ellis doing that American accent. He's so
Your
good
girlfriend
at.
was in it too.
Oh yeah, Jennifer Tilly.
Yep.
Right there, right behind you.
Right behind you then.
I think she's pretty attractive in that picture.
I think she's pretty attractive.
I didn't like her with that short hair. And I
Yeah.
like her. Sorry,
Vince
Jennifer.
doesn't like short
Like she
hair.
listens to us.
Yeah. we-
Except Dan's.
She's like
I
those
like-
bastards.
I like Dan's short hair.
Justin Cooper is that little kid's name. Let's see.
Justin, what?
Cooper.
He looks like Nicholas from Eight Is Enough.
Dad, 8 is enough.
He hasn't been anything noted on IMDb since like a walk-on role on The Practice since
Oh
2003.
man, he got in, got the fuck out.
Do you remember Eight Is Enough?
What is it?
It's a show.
I remember it, but I've never watched because I was before my time.
The only thing I remember from that show was watching one episode where the little boy Nicholas, he couldn't reach something, and he stacked a bunch of shit up on a chair. He was climbing, and it fell, and he broke his arm. And I remember thinking, I gotta stop doing that. I gotta fuck myself up.
You did that yourself?
Oh, when I was a kid, before I was fucking obese, yes.
Before you were obese?
He does a Fox Sports radio show.
Nuh-uh.
Yeah. Primarily
Justin
serving its
Cooper?
overnight to early AM programs. So
We have to call in and be like, Maximilian. He's probably like, oh God, not another one.
he just hangs
Give
up.
him the tickle monster.
Yeah, it's the claw. It's gonna get you.
And then the mom comes down. He's like, the claw's one weakness, sub-zero temperatures.
Good stuff.
I'm gonna piss and moan.
Take it up the tailpipe.
Nick, do you have a favorite
No.
courtroom? You don't?
I don't.
Not even A Few Good Men?
That's the only one I can think of.
People
but
versus Larry Flint.
Or did you
I don't
watch the
I don't
other
watch
Few
a lot
Good
of
Men
lawyer
movies?
movies.
Philadelphia.
I don't know. There's just not like any.
Mm.
I would say
Straight outta
maybe.
Compton?
Straight out of Compton.
Straight out the trailer.
Did I have a
That was Eminem.
lawyer scene in it? I guess the only one I can think of is from, and I reference this movie like every episode, The Dark Knight, when the guy on the stand tries to shoot Harvey Dent. He tells him to,
yes.
he like takes the gun apart and puts it back and says, "Suggest you buy American."
That'd been funny if they did that there.
Shout out to a YouTube channel that does what's it called? Would You Survive the Movies? And they do a injury count every time there's an action star that gets hurt in an action film. So like Bruce Willis when he fell down the elevator shaft and grabbed onto it before they
It
said
would have ripped his arm off.
it said broken collarbone, and then it says like 1 point, and then like it says John McClane is dead, and then goes to the next scene, and he's like, or they did Home Alone too.
Nice.
The brick head contusion plus lacerations, possible blood loss. What was Marv? Marv is dead.
There's a meme out there with these two guys. They're like construction workers. One's bent over working on bricks, and the other one's walking behind him, and they look like Joe Pesci and what's his face? What's his damn name?
You're talking about Daniel Stern.
Yeah, Daniel Stern and Joe Pesci, and they're like,
Marv.
look, Marvin, whatever his name is, are on bail just in time for Christmas. They look fucking just like him. It was great.
They need to bring that back. They need to make Home
Home Alone?
Alone 4, and
I never saw 3.
but instead it's an R-rated film. And there's a whole bunch of wet bandits, now. It's like a clan.
They use Joe Pesci's character from Casino.
Yeah, Casino. Look at these two
Charlie
fucking balloon
fucking
heads right
M.
here. Charlie fucking.
You pop your eye out for Charlie fucking M.
You made me pop your eye out for Kevin fucking McAllister.
He takes him out in the desert, and he's like, "Well, you know, you got to dig out more holes."
Oh my god.
But in the snow. Or you know, you're digging more holes in the snow.
He like Kevin McAllister cocks his shotgun. He looks at a picture of the old creepy guy that lived next door, and he swipes it with his finger really quick, and then he kicks the door open, and starts just blasting wet bandits.
He's got little army men lined up. He's like, "It's for the kids."
It's really throw some Home Alone for the kids in there, and then he's just like when he does the scream, it's like it's all like adult. God, that'd be
You know,
good.
I never
baritone.
understood that scene until the first time I shaved.
Oh yeah,
Oh, you put the
That
aftershave
scene
on. I know,
always
me too.
baffled me.
that's because
Right
I
on
never
my
had a
face.
father.
And then I shaved my face, and my dad was like the first time I shaved my face, my dad was there just to make sure I didn't like hurt myself or anything like that. And he was like, okay, now you got to put on aftershave. And I put on aftershave. I was like, oh my god,
Favorite
Home Alone makes sense now.
Was it Brute?
Was it
favorite
Brute?
shaving
don't
reference from
know.
a movie I've ever seen is this guy who was making a movie for his son. It's a sad movie
Mhm.
because the guy was dying or something.
Mhm.
But he's like, remember when you're shaving, you have the razor. Always like this, never like this.
Yeah, you cut
And
your
he
fucking
moved it
face off.
sideways.
I think the best shaving scene from a movie, and this one I knew off the top of my head, was She's Out of My League,
Oh my god,
where
Never
he has
saw
to
it.
we
shave
should have
his
used
best
the hot
friend,
towel.
where he has to shave his best friend's balls, and he's like
He
brushing
blows
it
on
off with a towel.
He's like, we should have used the hot towel, Kirky. I showed you guys that
so
movie.
funny.
Oh, I've seen it before.
I
Oh,
love
I'll
that
have to watch
movie. That's probably one of my favorite rom-coms.
Rom-com.
Rom-coms.
Except T.J. Miller is a piece of shit now, but whatever.
Oh, what did he do?
Whoa.
Oh,
Shots fired. Who's
yeah.
T.J. Miller?
I love T.J. Miller. That's
I loved T.J. Miller. He's
Who's-
Weasel in Deadpool,
Oh, okay, yeah.
the
Okay.
bartender.
T.J.
Oh, he's on
Hooker.
that HBO show.
TJ
Silicon.
Maxx.
Yeah, he was on Silicon Valley for a while and he left the show.
So what
but
did he do?
He got in trouble for
Nanny.
sexual assault charges,
God damn it.
Allegedly.
and then there was something else, and he's actually under investigation,
Damn.
under
Wow.
federal investigation now for. I think he called in like a bomb threat or something.
Oh,
like
yeah,
that.
he did call in a bomb threat.
Allegedly.
Damn it. That's
Yeah, so
I
he
can't
just
stand
like
that.
completely went off the rails, which
Oh.
is too bad. Because I mean,
I haven't seen him in anything lately.
screw him, but
Deadpool.
he's.
I never watched it.
He was hilarious.
I was not a fan.
I like.
I don't
I've
like-
seen
I
the
don't
first
like
one. I haven't seen the
Deadpool.
second one.
I
don't-
love the girl in Deadpool from Firefly. What's her name?
I don't like Deadpool.
I don't remember her name. She's beautiful though. She's on Gotham.
Yeah. She's very gorgeous. She was also in the movie Spy, which if you haven't seen Spy, it's actually funny.
Spy versus Spy.
I hate Melissa McCarthy, so you're never gonna get me to watch
Oh,
it.
man.
She was only good in Bridesmaids, and that's
And
it.
Mike and Molly.
And Mike and Molly and like
oh my
everything
god,
else.
Mike and Molly is
Ghostbusters?
such a garbage
saw
show.
Ghostbusters.
It is not a garbage show. This is the
Dude,
guy who
Mike
loves
and
Scream.
Molly is awesome. Hey, don't
She
you
got you
bring
there.
Wes Craven into this conversation.
Yeah, he's craving for more work.
Well, he's also
Got him.
Zing.
Wait,
We all like something. That
Didn't Wes Craven die? You take that back.
I don't think so. I don't think he died.
we all
Mar-
like some things that
No, he
cool
did.
people might not
Wes
like.
Craven's
Speaking
dead.
of which, I was at 21 Pilots.
Yeah.
Okay.
Marina.
I didn't go.
Hey, I'm not making fun of you for that.
Marina
Like 21
Baccarin.
Pilots.
No, I don't. I've never heard them.
You won't like him.
Can
Okay.
we play a clip?
No,
No.
it's fine. It's all right. Afterwards, we can go in the garage and I can listen to
And in your headphones, please.
it. Is it that bad?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have you heard him sing?
No.
You can't. Marina Baccarin.
Yeah,
Probably
Baccarin.
saying that wrong. She's
Ba-
so
Baccarin.
gorgeous. Super pretty.
Burt Bacharach. If you have a favorite judicial scene or a courtroom scene, you can tweet us where?
D-Lub, DLUTB.
At the Twitter handle is DLUTB. Okay. And
Or you can put it on our Facebook page. Don't look at the head.
okay. And then we got a spam today on our Twitter handle. I checked it out. And
I didn't see it.
it was
Sort yourself out, bud.
sort yourself out, bud.
Texas size 10.
Pat her, let's get at her.
That's a Texas size 10-4. This
Vanessa,
one's bashful.
We watched Letterkenny.
Yes. Nelly and Vince's endorsement is Letterkenny. If you haven't watched it, watch it on Hulu.
We were really late to the game, and it was funny.
And I tried to show them earlier, but they just ignored me.
My friend's been trying to show me that for a long
Is
time.
that Candyman right there?
I think so.
Yeah, that's Candyman.
Yes, on
Yeah,
the
it is.
IMDb page.
That's
Yeah.
fucking awesome. I love Candyman. Candy cane. That's Joyride. Sorry.
Pink champagne.
But we got a Twitter. We got a what? We
trying
twatted.
to
Somebody
pull up our
twatted us. So what's
Yep.
Tweeted.
what's the
It's
past
What do
tense?
they
tweeted.
call that?
A
Is
twat waffle.
Twitted.
Somebody twatted us, and no.
Someone hit us up on the Bluebird.
And it said scroll down, and so I scrolled down. It said keep scrolling, and so it kept scrolling, and then it said if you don't retweet this to somebody, your 2019 year is going to be terrible. And I'm like, haha, joke's on you. I already knew it was going to be terrible.
They do spam
One step ahead of
stuff
you,
like
pal.
that. Remember
Yeah.
those chain emails?
Yeah, it's terrible.
Dude, those
Facebook
pop up
is
on Facebook all the
terrible.
time.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not on Facebook. I don't know about it, but I hear about it from friends, and I'm like, why are you still on this thing?
That explains it.
I won't-
It's
I will
trying to
not
find you, Dan.
Repost shit like that. I get mad when people do it. Like they'll post something like and share if you're against child abuse, and I'm obviously against child abuse,
I'm
no,
not.
he's not.
but I'm not. Or it could be like the cutest little puppy in the world, and they'll be like and share if you don't think this puppy should die a horrible death.
What
Why
what
would
is
you-
that?
It's clickbait. It's so
God.
people can
Your
get.
mom used
Fucking
to do
hate
that.
the internet.
Oh, my
remember?
mom
Oh
was
my
terrible about it.
God.
And then-
Oh God.
Send this
calm
to
down.
30 other people, and they'll be as blessed as you.
And then
My
she got her
mom,
fucking shit
my mom
hacked
is
into.
Is she really?
notorious for that.
Mm-hmm.
She shares those on Facebook all the time.
One prayer equals one like, guys. Just remember that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Shout out to God.
Bring me his love on high.
Yeah, and you know what? I messaged God on Facebook, and he didn't even respond.
There is a God on Facebook.
Yeah, but not the God.
There's
No,
a devil too.
they fight
Satan,
sometimes. It's
yeah.
kind of funny.
Yeah, Satan's tweets are hilarious. I don't give a shit. Whoever is doing that is funny.
Shout out to Prophecy, Christopher Walken.
Yeah.
So yeah, that happened on Twitter, and then
Looking at my guy all wrong.
it's wrong tone. I told you, you're gonna do it again. You get stabbed in the face with a soldering iron.
I need you to call my old boss from the Halloween store.
What's his name?
Her name.
Her name.
She loves Chris Walken, and that was when I said that. Oh, my brother can do that. Just to call her and just randomly start talking like him.
What's her name?
Jennifer.
Jennifer. Hello. How are you? Good for you. Good for you.
Christopher.
It's Christopher, your best friend.
I loved him in Click.
Yes.
I know you hate Adam Sandler.
No.
movies.
I don't.
He's good.
All right,
in,
we're gonna
like,
get to this.
everything.
We're gonna get to this because we got an email about me hating things, and it was by Skiddly Bop. That's the name.
Did you add the snap, or
I
was
gotta-
there a snap
I gotta
on the
add the
end?
snap to
Okay,
it.
Skitty bop.
She wrote in simply. I'm assuming it was a she. She wrote in
Well,
simply
that's
saying,
sexist.
whatever.
Mansplain.
Did you really?
No, I'm just,
Oh
I'm,
man.
No.
How come they don't say
It's-
"oh woman"?
It's Manscape.
You ever notice that? They don't say
Manscaped.
"oh man." They say "oh man." They don't say "oh woman."
The email actually asked us how we put up with Dan hating everything without
That's-
reaching across the table and punching him in the face.
I don't hate
I
everything.
sit right next to him, so I have full access.
So if you listen to last week's episode, Daniel
got
was
an
a
all
Debbie
access
Downer.
pass.
yeah.
I didn't
Like we
give
took
him
him to
full
Disney World, and
access.
he was like, me. brr."
Nick just punched me in the face.
I hate happy.
Well deserved. Good job,
I
Nick.
don't
1 point.
hate everything.
It's okay to hate when Nick punches you in the face. That's acceptable.
That's not what he told me.
He said you like it.
You'll like it and you cry.
You
No,
like it. You
Dan
love
says it hurts so good.
Okay, I don't
It's
hate.
so good.
Oh God.
Come on, baby.
Now, if I say that,
Make
and I
it
say that I
hurt
hate that
so
song,
good.
then people are gonna be like, "Well, we knew it."
Well, that's not a good song, so you're fine.
So it's
no,
okay for
because
you.
last week it was no, I hate it. After
Well, that
everything that we
song-
said,
You were very pessimistic.
That song
last
was in
week.
Footloose. What'd you think of that movie, Dan?
I haven't seen it for a really
I've
long
never
time.
seen it, and I don't like the song from it.
Footloose.
That one.
Right, isn't that Kenny Loggins? I don't remember a
Never
whole
seen
lot
it
about
either.
that film. I remember that the town was. People were trying to get people to stop dancing. That's what I remember.
That's so weird.
Was John
How
Lithgow?
is that a movie plot?
Was John Lithgow in that? Like the
I don't
preacher?
know.
You have to go.
You have to go. We do that joke so much here. but I do it at
Dip,
work,
dip,
and it
dip, dip.
always gets a laugh.
I watched
Yeah.
Daddy's Home 2 today.
I never saw
I've
that.
never seen it,
Oh.
and I was like, John, let's go someone.
It is so funny.
The,
It is
the
funny.
second one is
It is great. Mel
The
Gibson.
Great.
snowblower scene was my favorite.
Yes. Oh
dude.
my
I
gosh.
never saw it.
Oh
Is it
gosh.
good?
the first one.
Yeah.
The first one's okay. But
I love the first one,
The
too.
second one is actually really good.
I just really like The Other Guys. It's a good movie.
The Other Guys
is
is great.
funny, too. Soup Kitchen.
Oh God,
Dirty Mike and the boys.
Dirty Mike and the Boys. Found a fetus in there. I don't know what kind of animal it's from.
I don't know if I've seen that one.
Oh my God, it's so
you
good.
need to.
You need to
The Other
watch
Guys
that,
Is so
and
good.
You need to watch that, and you need to watch what was the other one with the Kevin Smith movie? It had Bruce Willis in it.
Cop Out.
Cop Out. Oh my God, I love Cop Out. And it got shit reviews too, and I don't know why. It was a really good film. Other Guys is just amazing.
What was the email question?
Why do I hate everything?
Oh yeah, I forgot.
Which I just demonstrated that I don't hate everything.
Why do you
He
hate
doesn't.
99.9% of things?
Because 99.9% of things are fucking stupid.
Dan-
And that was Dan's
The-
tone for the whole last
the
episode.
easy
Was that
answer-
really
the-
how I
Yeah.
was?
Yeah.
The
Oh my-
easy answer is that Dan is a
That's okay.
hipster, and
I am not-
a lot of people like.
Whoa!
Whoa,
Whoa.
shots fired.
Shots fired. Take
So
it
what
down.
you're saying is Dan
You don't get to stroke my
what
beard.
you're
It's okay,
saying is
Dan.
Dan burnt his lip because he drank his coffee before it was cool.
Oh my God!
That was sounded like a
You see,
hipster.
and what?
Sorry, dog.
But here's the thing: if we end up calling me a hipster and I say no, I'm not a hipster. I'm a hipster because I don't want to be a hipster. It's like a catch-23 because I'm a contrarian. I'm a contrarian.
Wait a minute. Run that.
So people told me I've been called a hipster before. I don't even look like a hipster. I don't dress like
you
a
do
hipster.
look like a hipster.
No, I don't. I just have square rim glasses because
You
they're
wear
comfortable
a
on my face.
fucking scarf on your motorcycle.
All right, the scarf is first, so I don't get
In all
cold
fairness, so did the mouse on the motorcycle.
too. So I haven't seen that movie forever, and I like that movie. Thank you. Shout out to Aunt Diane. Yeah, peace. But they told me you're a hipster. I'm like, but if I deny that I'm a hipster, then I'm even more of a hipster. So I have no recourse. There's
Go
nothing for
listen
me
to
to
your
do.
vinyl records.
I don't even own one. I just don't like a lot of things. Okay, and it just happens to be that most of those things are popular. I'm sorry.
Right, but I think that you and your sister and brother too.
Me?
If a
Yeah,
lot
which
of people
sister?
do like something,
Well, we have two.
that's
Did you
like
forget?
more ammunition for you to hate.
I feel like this is turning
Mm.
into a
do
therapy
too.
session
No, I
rather
don't.
We
than a
have a topic today.
podcast.
I don't. No.
Can
Yeah,
we
topic.
can
That's
we
true.
settle this out in the garage afterward? I'm getting
Yeah,
uncomfortable.
the garage is our fight club after the
is.
podcast.
Hey,
Not supposed to
what's
talk
the
about
first
it.
Rule about the garage.
We don't talk about Fight Club.
Yep.
That's it.
Too late.
So how would they get the word spread out if nobody talked about it?
You're out.
Because they made a movie about it.
Because it was
Wow.
all a
Because they made a
dream.
movie. It was a book too.
His name was Robert.
It
Oh
was
yeah,
Paulson.
the movie was so good they wrote a book about it.
No,
it was
what?
all a bad movie. Is what it was.
You didn't like Fight Club?
I did
Now
not like
who's a
Fight
fucking
Club.
hipster?
Now who's the hater?
Oh.
Now who's a hipster?
That's a good
hey,
movie.
I am not the only person I know who doesn't like Fight Club.
They're hipsters too.
No, I think you're more of a hipster if you like it.
Wrong. I like the book and the movie.
I've never read the book.
Oh well, I like Chuck Palahniuk. So
Is that how you say his last name? Because
Yeah.
that's a weird.
I thought it was
last name.
Polonic.
Meatloaf was in that movie, son.
yeah,
Meatloaf
it's
is
Bob.
garbage.
Bob had
The
this-
I
food
love
and the
meatloaf.
singer.
Vance
I
makes
love
a really
meatloaf.
good meatloaf. Oh
Meatloaf?
my god,
No,
it is so
this-
good.
Now who's being pessimistic? Everybody.
No, yeah, Meatloaf.
My,
the
how
food
this episode
and
the
Meatloaf
tables
the
have
singer
turned.
are
But
both
I would
trash.
do tables have-
anything
I will.
for
I will
love.
leave.
I think everyone's talking at
But I
the.
won't do that.
Oh, that was Natalie.
The
Oh,
two
You
classic
didn't come in on
rock
it.
that's because everyone was
artists or
talking. We're all
groups
talking at once.
that
Nobody's
that I
ever gonna
cannot
listen to the
stand.
show again.
And it's Fleetwood Mac and Meatloaf.
He's going on still.
Yeah. I'm
Sorry,
sorry.
I
Don't
hate-
bring up Meatloaf
I hate
around me.
Fleetwood
Will you
Mac, too.
call him Fleet Loaf?
What's our topic today,
Fleetwood
Natalie?
Mac.
Natalie, what is our topic?
Well shit, I forgot now. It's
I think you said
It's
it's
the pig farm
bullshit.
murders.
Yes,
I
it's
have
a
it
pig.
pulled up.
It's the pig firm murders. Yep.
The pig farm.
Get ready for the snatch references,
Real quick,
people.
anybody that is still listening,
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks,
Yeah,
guys.
thank you.
Thanks for putting up with this, guys.
That's our new trend. We're gonna thank everybody early.
Thank you.
They're like,
Stay tuned,
oh,
please
okay.
don't
I
go.
was gonna turn it off, but they
Now I'm
said,
gonna get a talking to before we record next. And be like, Nick, you were really hateful.
yeah,
in the
you were
last
really
episode."
pessimistic last time. Maybe somebody should write a fucking email about it to you.
Yeah.
Natalie, what is our
Bring
topic
it.
for today?
It's still the pig farm murders.
Okay.
We haven't changed it.
I'm just very upset. There's a lot coming out right now. Go to hell, Dad. I'm taller than you.
The emotions.
All right, go ahead now.
All right. Well, first off, it's the pig farm murders. I don't know if you guys heard me.
What is
these
it about?
are not fun, but they're fun, but they're not fun. I mean,
They're a hoot.
They're informative though.
they are informative. It's a fucked up story.
Pig.
Pig. Yeah, oink. Now he's gonna pee her pants.
What?
I gotta pee. You guys did it at the same time. The oink. Ah, crap. Yeah, hold on. Oh, I'm crying.
Nelly,
I don't show
I think
emotions. I'm gosh darn
I think we nailed this
This
one,
is
guys.
just a really therapeutic episode.
It
for
is. Yeah.
Natalie's crying.
I'm just getting all my hate
I'm
out.
stoked as shit, and
So
I'm
am
like,
I, apparently.
Your pessimism is showing.
Gosh, that's good.
Vance, have
copy.
you considered
All right.
psychology?
He'd be a good
Have
psychologist.
2 pills of fuckatol and call me in the morning.
No, I have a shirt that says I'm not a doctor, but I'll take a look at it.
That's not what psychology
Did you get that at
is.
Walmart? That sounds
Yeah,
like a
you would.
Walmart t-shirt.
He
Well,
doesn't
you
have
would.
that shirt.
He also has a
Oh.
shirt that says FBI, female body
I
inspector.
do
on
have
the
a
back.
shirt. I do have a shirt that I'm not allowed to wear, and it's got 2 owls on it, and it says, "Who farted?"
Oh, I
Natalie-
love that.
Natalie
No.
won't let me wear it in public.
I didn't
That's
say you
great.
couldn't wear it in public.
You
around me.
probably can't though.
He gave it to his son.
She's like inching the divorce papers envelope over to you.
Look, I know we just got married like a few months ago, but he just
How's it been going,
signed
guys?
that.
Since we're talking about therapy, no, I'm just kidding.
It's going good. Okay, let's talk about pig farm murders.
All right,
And
pig
on to
farmers.
marriage counseling.
He's a one-stop shop, so but he does charge, and we could use the money for the podcast. But how do they pay us?
Well, they can go to our Patreon. It's Patreon/DLUTV or PayPal's.
There you go.
PayPal is our email address.
All
Don't
of
look under
Vance's
that
therapy
podcast.
money will go back into the podcast.
It will.
You'll be a much quieter Vance.
Don't look under the bed podcast at gmail.com.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
Yeah, you know what? We'll
Pays
figure
for our
shit out.
prescriptions.
And,
We will.
and tweet us because we like
Together.
getting those
You
tweets.
tell me what's going on. Like, I'll fix it. Period. You may not like how, but we're gonna get to the bottom.
What if somebody has herpes?
Oh.
Vance will
Jeez,
take it
Natalie.
from
Sorry.
them.
What if somebody has his piece?
Oh, letter Kenny.
Nice.
All right, Natalie,
Okay.
what's our show about today?
Today
Again, Dan.
it's about how to make jams and pickling pickles.
The difference between jam and jelly.
Yeah.
What is the difference between jam and jelly?
I'll tell you
Don't,
later.
don't.
I just looked over at Vance and he just shook his head. I'll tell you later. All right, Natalie, keep going.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, well, let's start. Let's go to the farm. So, Robert William Willie Pickton.
Willie Pickton.
Are you going to text him?
Yep.
Oh, Rob-
I'm right here, Vance. You can just tell me, but that's okay.
You,
Natalie,
you
keep
don't
going.
actually know the answer?
No, I'm actually really curious now.
no, there's
No, it's
an
a joke.
answer and then there's an answer.
Answer.
Ugh.
But judging by Natalie's
It's
face, it's probably gonna be gross.
It is gross.
Okay, Natalie, keep going.
All right, so born October 24th, 1949, he and his brother David owned a pig farm in Port. Damn it! Hey, how do you say this? Coquitlam?
Coquitlam?
Yeah, Coquitlam, British Columbia. And
For those of you who don't understand the laughing, Vance just texted Dan the
Yeah.
answer to what the difference is between
see,
jam
there's
and
an
jelly.
answer, and then there's an
And
answer.
for any of us who went to high school or middle school, we should all know the
It's
answer
got
to
a nothing
this.
on it.
God.
Oh my God! Stop it!
I work with children. Someone help me.
Yeah.
They're all older than me.
All right.
Papa Vance is
So
funny.
it's in British Columbia, which is 27 kilometers, aka 17 miles east of Vancouver.
Sort it out.
The pig farm had a 600-pound boar on it.
Boar. Sorry, what?
Boar.
Boar.
Oh, a boar.
Boar.
600-pound fucker. That's a big boar.
Backer.
The worker named Bill Hiscox said the boar was
Oh, it's the 600-pound whore in his cock.
Sorry, Natalie. Keep going.
He said the boar would chase and bite people, and it would run around with the dogs on the property.
600-pound boar is running around.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that thing's strolling. It's not. It's sauntering.
Hey, it may have been like muscle.
What if it
That's
was
true.
frolicking around the farm?
That'd be very. So he said the boar was frolicking around the farm and chasing and biting people.
Chasing and biting people.
Yeah, it would chase and bite people.
Just people that are on the farm.
Yeah,
or-
people that would come to the farm, not like
Oh.
the workers or the owners, but like strangers.
You're
who would
right,
walk
Nick.
around. Because there was people that went to the farm. So in 1996, the Pickton brothers registered a nonprofit, and they called it the Piggy Palace. It's a good time
Aw.
society with the Piggy Palace Good Time Society with
Oh.
the Canadian government in 1996.
I like Piggy Palace
I
better.
I did some reading about this too. Like they opened this nonprofit for horrible reasons. Go
Yeah.
ahead.
For like really no reason. The nonprofit claimed to organize, coordinate, manage, and operate special events, functions, dances, shows, and exhibitions on behalf of the service organizations, sports organization, and other worthy groups.
Coordination, more like board nation.
Chlorophyll more like borophyll.
Well, I meant because the boar.
Oh. Mine was good too then because I got borophyll.
But borophyll is
Other events. Other events included raves, wild parties featuring Vancouver sex workers, and gatherings in a converted slaughterhouse on the farm.
This sounds like a non-profit I could probably get behind.
No, that's gross.
Wait, no, I think he was being serious.
What? No, I wasn't.
Oh,
Oh.
No, I wasn't being
I knew he
serious.
wasn't being serious.
No.
God, I'm just.
He's like, I
I'm
just really want a
I'm just
hooker.
a gullible gully tonight.
You are.
Hey, Dan, what's on the ceiling?
Paint.
Made you look.
Gonna wine and dine this beautiful swine.
As many as 2,000 people came to the events. Even the Hells Angels were known to frequent the farm.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Wow.
those guys.
They went. They went
They all ride hog.
Hello.
Oh, my God.
Ding dong.
On
So
March
many pig
23rd,
jokes.
yeah, I'd say there's going to be a lot of pig jokes on this. On March 23rd, 1997, Pickton was charged with attempted murder of a sex worker named Wendy Lynn Isetter. And Pickton stabbed Wendy several times during an altercation at the farm. Wendy said that Pickton had handcuffed her, but she escaped after suffering several lacerations.
Damn.
Wendy said that she was able to disarm Pickton, and then she stabbed him with his own weapon, which I'm like, hell yeah, that's good stuff right there.
Yeah, that is pretty. Actually, revenge tasty.
Mm-hmm. Pickton got treatment at Eagle Ridge Hospital, and Wendy went to Eagle Ridge Hospital in the emergency room.
Same room.
Yeah, he didn't know that's where she went, so she had no idea she was down there. He was released in the year 2000 on a bond. In January 1998, the charges were dismissed.
I think that is a
I think I got him.
$2,000 bond.
Yeah, 2000. I'm sorry. Fuck. I didn't put the comma in there. He was released on a $2,000 bond.
You didn't put the dollar sign in there either.
No, it had a C in front of it. So is that a
Oh.
like on the
Oh,
website?
Canadian dollars?
Is that what it would be?
Canadian loons.
Why did that still sound Spanish?
Because it's you.
He's
Canadian
$200
dollars?
Canadian.
$200 Canadian, mate.
I said Canadian, not Colombian. God. And that was in 1998. Then the charges were dismissed. So later on, the Picktons were sued by Port. How do we say that again?
Coquitlam.
Port Coquitlam officials.
So you just breezed Port
Port C officials for violating
Port C.
zoning ordinances. He was sued for neglecting the agriculture for which it had been zoned and having altered a large building on the land for holding dances, concerts, and other recreations without the proper permits. The brothers didn't listen to the authorities and went ahead and threw themselves a New Year's Eve bash in 1998. And then they were served an injunction banning future parties. The police were authorized to arrest and remove any persons that attended future events on the farm. So, therefore, they lost their nonprofit status that following year because they failed to produce the required paperwork, such as financial statements.
Used to be a 501c3, bud.
Not no more. Pitter patter.
Sorted out.
Sorted out. Oh, darn.
Let's see. February 6, 2002, police executed a search warrant for illegal firearms at the property. The brothers were taken into custody, and the police obtained a second court order to search the farms as a part of the British Columbia missing women's investigation. So apparently what was going on at this time is there was a list of like 60-some women that had disappeared without a trace, and somehow it got out that they may have been on the farm at some point or time because of like the parties, or he invited them over. So we'll get a little more into that.
These guys are breaking every Canadian stereotype I've ever heard.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the politeness thing out the window.
Yeah.
For sure. Goodbye then.
Sorry about it.
Could be better or could be worse. Let's see. Personal items belonging to the women were found on the farm, and Robert was charged with weapon offenses. He was released, but he was definitely kept under surveillance because they had started to kind of figure some stuff out at this point. Excuse me. On February 22nd, he was arrested and charged with 2 counts of first-degree murder and the deaths of, we'll say the victims' names because they deserve to be heard, Serena Abbotsway and Mona Wilson. April 2nd, 3 more charges were added for the murder of Jacqueline McDonald, Diane Rock, and Heather Bottomley, followed by a 6th charge for Andrea Jonesbury. On April 9th, there was a 7th for Brenda Wolf. September 20th, 4 more charges were added for the slayings of Georgia Papin, Patricia Johnson, Helen Hallmark, and Jennifer Firminger.
I would think Firminger.
Okay. October 3rd, there was the total was brought to 15 with Helen Chinnock, Tanya Hollick, I'm not saying that right. Sorry, Tanya. Sherry Irving and Inga Hall.
This is gonna sound weird, but do you know like how they were finding these bodies?
Probably just the personal items.
Yeah.
Yep.
Either that or just like
personal
matching
items,
personal items to the missing person list.
But we'll get to more on some DNA stuff.
Just hold your horses
but,
or
yeah.
pigs.
There's
I'm eager to learn.
Well, it's fun and informative podcast.
Mm-hmm.
It is.
Darn tootin'.
Darn tootin'.
This became known as the largest investigation of any serial killer in Canadian history.
Yeah, I was about to say, he killed a lot of people, and they were all women.
I didn't
Yes.
realize this was so
they were
recent
all
too.
sex workers for the most part, or
Hey,
drug
I have
addicts.
to get the whores over here.
So
It's like the late '90s, early 2000s. That's crazy.
yeah, because
to
this is
think-
a
I mean, when you think pig farm murders, I just automatically
think
and I-
old school.
Yeah,
like
I
the
think
old chicken coop
yeah,
murders.
like the Changeling movie. You know, yeah.
Yeah,
It's just I don't know. I associated it with like the 1920s, 1930s.
because
for
it's
some
such
reason.
it doesn't
Because
seem
it's such
like,
a.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
It's terrible.
it's terrible. It's a great way to dispose of a dead body, I suppose, because
alive.
pigs will eat everything.
or
but,
or a live one.
yeah. I mean, it's just
They'll go through bone like
you would
butter.
think by this time
Bones.
they would have been able to realize what was going on quicker.
Well, they
with
didn't
technology.
because a lot of them were sex workers and drug addicts. So they were on the I don't give a shit list. And it was like, we'll find them, ?
We'll get to it.
Yeah.
I'll lift a finger later.
But then they started putting all the pieces together. So May 26, 2005, 12 more charges were for the killings of Cara Ellis, Andrea Borehaven, Deborah Lynn Jones, Marnie Frey, Tiffany Drew, Carrie Koski, Sarah Dave Rice, Cynthia Felix DeVry. Oh, sorry to these victims. I don't mean to mispronounce their names. It's not as fun as like when I say different town names wrong. Cynthia Felix, Angela Jardine, Wendy Crawford, Diana Melnick, and Jane Doe. So they had one they couldn't find. Bringing the total of first-degree murder charges to 27.
Wow.
Yeah. This pile of shit.
And there's probably
Yeah, actually there
Yeah.
was more. So excavations on the farm kept on until November 2003. The excavation cost totaled about, I got 2 different numbers here, so depending on what site you read on the internet, is 70 million or 40 million. So, I don't know, pick your own adventure on that one. It was said he either ground up the human flesh, and Pickton's younger brother, David, was also under investigation as a prime suspect for the murders. However, no evidence emerged to link him to any of the crimes, and he was not charged. He lives close to the farm still to this day. So it was just the one brother, Robert, that looks like he was doing all the
Wow.
doings.
I bet everybody loves David.
Yeah, they actually look like exceedingly normal guys. There's pictures of them, and
Well, that's the crazy thing about people like this is
Yeah.
I mean, with the exception of a few here or there, like
Yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer didn't really look like a normal guy. He
No.
kind of
Kinda
did, kind of
did.
didn't.
who's
But,
the pretty
you know, like,
boy? The pretty
Ted Bundy.
Ted Bundy. Yeah.
Yeah, Ted Bundy. I mean, it's just. I mean, the only one that really didn't look like a normal guy was like John Wayne Gacy.
Yeah. That guy. He did some things. Ugh.
He's such a liar too.
Yeah.
Was
sure.
he's dead now?
Is he the clown?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Pogo.
Pogo. Ugh. Just overrated. Ugh. Piece of shit. Just kill yourself. Don't have to go around and kill another folk. So here's what he did.
These guys look like they were on Duck Dynasty.
Yeah, see, I mean, they look like hillbillies, but they're not like crazy looking. They're just look like
Yeah.
normal dudes that, they don't look like brothers though.
No, they
I don't think they look alike at all. So Robert would lure the women to the farm of the promise of drugs, money, alcohol, etc. He picked up the women from Vancouver's downtown east side, which was an area with drug dealers, prostitutes, and seedy motels and such. Excuse me. So things that could have happened on the farm, either he killed them and left them to decompose where they were eaten by insects and pigs on the farm, or he fed them to the pigs outright, or he ground up the women and mixed it in with the pork and sold it. They actually put out a notice about buying the pork. Or he allegedly barreled the bodies and took them to a meat rendering plant. So I've read all the different things on different sites on the internet. So once again, just pick the one you like and roll with it. And that's what happened. So he would stab them with syringe. He would stab them and then do things like fill up syringes with antifreeze and inject them into the women.
Oh my god.
Which, how terrible is that just in itself? I couldn't imagine. Needles don't bother me. Like, I have tattoos and piercings and such, but
You're not even
antifreeze?
supposed to put antifreeze into a car without like a mask on, right? Oh no, that's coolant. Never mind.
Yeah, I think what he's talking about is like
Mechanic
a battery.
Vans.
If the batteries need to be cleaned, you're supposed to wear a mask because it can give you
There
diarrhea.
was some.
It can.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
I have a story about that if we have time tonight.
I don't know that
There's
I want to
always
hear
time
that
for
story.
a diarrhea story. So Pickton was sentenced to life in prison with 6 counts of second-degree murder, and 20 other charges of first-degree murder were stayed on his sentence to life in prison.
Is that the dude right there?
He's got
Yeah.
he's kind of balding. You can see
That
pictures
dude's
of him on
fucking
it.
weird looking.
See,
Yeah,
I didn't
he's
think he
weird
was,
looking. Yeah,
I didn't
this
think
guy.
he was that weird.
He looks
Yeah.
like Captain or Otis from what's it called?
House of 1,000
House of
Corpses.
1,000 Corpses.
Oh, that's a weird picture of him. There's other pictures of him where he looks exceedingly normal.
No, he don't look normal.
I think
to
that's
me.
just like a weird, like, that's not Instagram photoshopped. It's just a odd picture. I'm not saying he's a good looking feller by any mean, but I didn't think he was like.
His brother's normal looking.
Yeah,
This
Yeah.
is his
his brother
brother.
looks
I
like
mean, his
Yeah.
brother's just got like, it kind of looks like Dan.
What? That doesn't
I'm
look
just
like
Dan?
me.
Do you have another family?
Are
Are you older than you thought he was?
Dun, dun, dun.
Let's see. So he had all the counts. He bragged in prison. I wanted one more to make the big 5-0 before claiming the prosecutor's list of 49 alleged victims only had half of his actual toll. So a total of 200,000 DNA samples and 600,000 exhibits were seized, and forensic experts were forced to use heavy equipment to sift through nearly 300,000 cubic meters of soil. How much is a cubic meter?
Well, it's a cubic meter is going to be an area probably like 3 feet by 3 feet. By
Okay.
3 feet.
Dang, that's a lot.
Roughly a meter.
Holy
is about 3
math.
feet, right?
Yeah.
Good Lord.
So
This is a big farm too. Yeah. It
in a way, with minus the pigs, it reminds me of that Making a Murder. With
Yeah. Does.
what's that guy's name?
Steve?
Stephen Avery?
Stephen Avery. I still need to watch season 2 of that. Let's see. He says he quotes, "I made my own grave by being sloppy. Doesn't that kick you in the ass now?" Pickton told his cellmate, adding that the authorities were planning on charging him with murdering 49 women. He quotes, "I was just gonna," explicit, it didn't say, "do one more and make it even." He confessed to his cellmate, who was actually an undercover cop, and was caught on video in his cell doing.
What an idiot!
Yeah, well, I asked Vance if he's heard of that before, and he said that happens quite a bit, which I've heard of it in
They
some
put
true
snitches in
crimes.
prison cells.
He who snitches sleeps with the fishes. He wrote a book in prison called Pickton, in his own words. He now claims he's an innocent guy, and he was the fall guy for the bungled investigation. So he's taken.
Sure, buddy.
How do you take back a video confession?
Yeah,
Oh, that wasn't me. That wasn't me. That was the other.
That was
guy.
some other
You know
half-bald
what?
guy.
I will say this. I'm sure there are instances where people will say some outlandish shit in prison,
Yeah.
so people will think that they're crazy and won't
Yeah.
mess with
I get that.
Oh, Oh, absolutely.
Or go for the insanity plea,
Yeah, that too.
which I think is the most BS thing that people
Cop
get
out
away
plea.
with. Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Let's see. The Royal Canadian, or he quotes, "The Royal Canadian Mounted Police were desperately failing to do their job properly while looking for someone to take the fall, which is truly evil." Oh, poor baby. The book was reported to be smuggled out of prison and published, and there was a petition calling on Amazon to stop selling the book. Within hours, it was amassed with more than 50,000 signatures. Amazon pulled it off their website immediately. I guess there was another website that sold it for like another 24 hours.
I wonder how much that book is worth.
I never heard of it, but I would say probably quite a bit. I don't know how many copies sold either between the sites.
Yeah.
They didn't have numbers for that. I kind of want to read it, but not because I want to give him credit.
That's a bestseller. I'm so pissed.
It's on Oprah's book
It says
list.
#1 on the New York Times
Ugh.
bestseller, right on the cover.
The publishers apologized for publishing the book. Yeah, only because they had to. And the man that received the smuggled book turned it into the publishers apologized as well. Michael Childress. He's a California man whose name appears on the front of the book, and he said he helped publish it as a favor to a friend that was locked up with Pickton. So he's not really well liked either these days. I didn't think the book was going to I didn't think the book was going to be as big of a deal as it is. He told the National Post, "I just thought it would be a little deal." That's how people talk. That's his quote, literally. Don't worry, petitions were signed, and what money that was made from the sale of the book did not go to Pickton, as it should not go to him, stupid dick. So I can tell you that the pig farm is still there, but the buildings where a lot of the murders and stuff took place have all been torn down. And I think that, if I remember correctly, reading that like the city owns the land now, or it's not, his brother doesn't own it, and it's out of like the family's name, but it's not I don't think a private person owns it. So it's still there. You can go drive by there and give the finger, whatever you got to do. In Canada, you got to be polite, so you can give the finger and tell them you're sorry about it. But yeah, that's the pig murder. So he wanted to do 50, and he only got to do 49 that he confessed to. And so I believe that those women were out of the 60-some that were on that list, is whom he killed.
Wow.
So yeah, not a good person. Still alive to this day, rotting in prison. I don't know how bad a Canadian prison could be.
They say sorry all the time.
Sorry about that. As they're shanking him. Sorry
Yeah.
about that.
Sorry about that.
Ricky and Julian like it there.
They do.
I guess all kinds
Well,
of
they don't
booze and
anymore because you can't smoke in there.
Potato vodka.
Potato vodka.
Yeah, you can't smoke in the prison anymore.
Ricky.
All Julian wants to do is read books and drink potato vodka.
Yeah. So that's the pig farm murders.
Well, thank you,
So
Natalie.
Just a screwed up tale, unlike the American tale, Five Goes West. It is sad.
I don't know. I was gonna make a joke, but never mind. I don't think I should.
Oh, go for it.
I was gonna say it's like the Babe story, but only with more murder.
Ooh. Babe,
That's
hookers
not
get killed
good.
on the
I
pig
shouldn't
farm
say
in the
that.
city.
Oh,
Oh man. So anyway, that's your Debbie Downer for us tonight.
man.
I was the
Yay,
Debbie
it
Downer
was-
with my
it-
story.
It wasn't me.
Yeah, it was my story of that piece of crap rotting Ugh.
But yeah, you can look at the pictures of all the deceased online. You can see all
Yeah,
the
there's
photos.
pictures of him. It's very sad.
A lot of them kind of look the same to me. I wonder if he had a MO for hunting the same girl. A lot of them
I
had,
thought that too. I
lot of
thought
them-
they looked the same.
a lot of them had dark hair,
Mm-hmm.
or a certain build to them, or a certain hairstyle.
There is a documentary on there called The Pig Farm, but it said it was on Netflix, but I couldn't find it because I was going to watch it last night. I couldn't find it.
Yeah,
I'm sure there's stuff on YouTube, though.
and he looks like. I'm sorry, he looks like.
Yeah, I'm not saying he didn't look. He just
No,
looked like
you
a
said
normal.
he looked hot.
I did, and then I took my wedding ring off. I was like, "Oh, gotta go to Canada."
That's crazy when some of those women do that. We should
Oh,
have
I
an episode
know.
about that. People who marry and people in prison
Oh, yes,
for
we
horrendous
will.
crimes.
Yeah, that's a good story.
That's
then.
the daddy.
That's the Addie. Where is Addie?
She's upstairs, I think.
Oh,
Oh.
none of my cats are down here. What the hell? Am I dead? It was funny.
Did you guys hear something?
Just trying to bring up the mood after that sad story.
Well, to bring up the mood, I got a diarrhea story.
Let me tell my cat story first.
Okay.
So I was sitting on our love seat, and it was the other morning, and I was playing Octopath Traveler for the Nintendo Switch.
Very good
Endorse. And I had a blanket on because our house got really cold for some reason. And I had Sookie the dog like laying on my lap. I had Hocus on my lap. My arms were under the covers playing the Nintendo. Tenebrae was like up behind me, and then Addie was on the other cushion. We were all on the couch together. And Vance is like, "Holy shit, Ace Ventura!" I was like, "Alrighty then." So fun move.
That's
fun
pretty good.
story about my kitties and my puppy.
Let's hear about your diarrhea.
Yeah.
It wasn't my diarrhea. It was we were on I used to sell Kirby's door to door.
Me too.
I did it for 8 months. I did it for a long
Like-
time. Yeah. I made a lot of money doing that job. But we went on a trip to Iowa, and for those of you
Sounds
who,
much
like
of a trip.
Yeah.
no,
What
it,
a vacation.
Ah.
it wasn't a
A
vacation.
tropical getaway.
They're not
to
saying that
Iowa.
because anything's wrong with Iowa. They're saying that because it's 5 minutes. away.
Yeah, yeah.
No,
It's
it
literally-
wasn't
down
a
from my house.
trip. It was we had
Well,
to
you said it was a trip.
no.
Yeah.
Let me talk.
No.
So
Oh,
we
there he goes, getting angry. Dan's triggered.
okay. It was it wasn't a trip per se. We just had to go across state lines to sell.
Oh, okay.
So we did that to a lot of states. We went to South Dakota, Minnesota.
So was it a
Super
business trip?
There you go, a business trip, sure.
pitter patter?
So it
Um,
was still a
So you
trip.
do like every day.
But it was me. I won't name any other names except for the one person who. Actually, I probably shouldn't name the person who shit himself. So
we'll call him
I'll call him Johnny.
Johnny Toilet Seat.
Johnny. Yes, Johnny Toilet Seat.
Johnny Toilets.
Anyway, we grabbed our canvasser, which was our driver as well. And
Was it a hot chick?
no,
What's a
Usually
canvas?
they are.
no.
What's a canvasser?
A canvasser is someone who goes up to the door, knocks on it,
Gives them
and
their bottle of Tide
gives them a bottle of no.
or a
We-
set of steak
We
knives,
we had popcorn. We had like
candles.
candles,
Basically
things like
sets
that.
them up for the.
For me to come in and shove that fucking Kirby in their ass and then break it off for a
Did
good
you really
20
shove the vacuum up their ass?
One-
My goodness.
One lady, I had to.
Whoa. But then I shoved it up
she,
my
asked,
ass.
she asked for it.
I have a lot of Kirby stories that are weird, but this
That
one
place is
this one is funny.
I love cold.
So anyway, we grabbed the shittiest van that we had because everybody else took all the other good vans, and it's a 3-hour drive. So we're driving, and my friend Johnny is his name. It's not Donnie.
Sorry, Donnie.
He
Outed.
I won't give him last name. Then I say the last name. I don't actually remember his last name, but he didn't feel good. He didn't feel
Donnie
well.
Hiscox.
He felt really yeah, Donnie Pinkerton. He didn't feel well, and he was like laying in the back seat, and he's like, I don't feel well. So it was 4 of us, and we take his drive up there. And halfway through the trip, he's like, you got to pull over. And he's like, last night I ingested some battery acid by accident because he was changing his battery, and it got down into his stomach, and it gave him diarrhea really bad.
Is this true?
This,
Can I have
it's
it?
a real thing. If you get battery acid,
I'm looking at Vinny the mechanic.
oh well, go ahead.
I don't imagine if you got any amount of battery acid anywhere near your mouth, you would be doing
Yeah.
anything but being in the emergency.
No, well, it was like you know how it mists or powders,
Like the fumes.
like the flakes or the fumes. He got it. Into,
Oh, like the corrosion?
yeah, like the corrosion.
Oh, okay.
He got it into his stomach by accident, and he had diarrhea.
How close do you have to be to a battery?
It's because
to,
the
like...
wind kicked it up when he was changing his battery, and it got into his mouth. And he was like, pull like that, apparently. Well, anyway, we pull over, and I was like, man, how long is it going to take him because he was in the bathroom for a really long time. And I'm like, what's that smell? And Megan goes, I don't know what that smell is either. And I smelled like shit, like someone shit their pants. Well, he comes back out and he's pissed. He was wearing a hat, and he's kind of a thuggy white guy, you know? And he goes, I dropped my fucking hat in the toilet too. And I was like, what were you doing in there? He's like, I shit my pants, guy. And I was like, what? And he goes, I have diarrhea, and I was asleep, and I guess I just didn't feel it come out, and I woke up because I felt it go squish, and I was like, oh no. So he pulled over. He had to throw his underwear away, and when he went to go flush the toilet, this fucking hat fell in the toilet.
Oh God!
Sorry, Donnie.
And then we ended up. It was the worst day in Kirby history because we didn't sell anything that day. We got kicked out of 2 houses. I got a gun pulled on me.
Jeez.
And then to top it all off, Megan's drink spilled all over the canvassing products. So all the popcorn was just laden with Mountain Dew. We couldn't hand them to anybody. We had to drive back with empty hands, a full car full of Kirby's, nothing sold. And Donnie was missing his underwear and his hat.
It was like the no good, very bad day for Winnie the Pooh.
Was that like the G4 time?
It was G6. And a bird hit the windshield.
Oh.
And I thought it was a plastic cup. And I was like, Jesus, what was that? Because I had my hand out my window doing the little hand thing where you go up and down when you're, got the wind going. And all of a sudden here, dunk like that. And I was like, what? Did somebody throw a cup at us? And there's like not a car for us for 50 miles. I was like, what was that? And there was a crack starting to form in the windshield. I'm like, did a bird? It's their beak. Their beak is stuck in the windshield.
Oh my God.
It was a horrible, horrible
When you
day.
were doing the hand thing, were you pretending you were in a music video?
Yes.
Nice.
Is that how you're going to laugh from now on? Oh, man. That's not cool.
Your story wasn't cool. That sucks.
It was really funny, though. I had a good time. I have a lot of Kirby stories, so your kids will probably hear another one at some point.
They're supposed to be good vacuums, though.
They're amazing. I want to buy one.
I don't have the $30,000
I don't have $2,000 for it right now.
I'll take a mortgage out of my house to buy that shit.
But I sold one for a loan, full price, and I got $600 out.
What's a full price for a Kirby back then?
The MSRP on the Kirby's back then were $1,339.
Good Lord.
The full price, the full got you where it hurts price.
It's financed and everything.
It's all financed if you can.
For
I got
a
cash
vacuum?
deals. Yeah.
Yeah,
They're
like the best vacuums.
They're lifetime
ever.
warranties. They have a Kevlar fan in
They'll
it.
cut your hair, bro.
They do hair.
Let me see. There's one on.
But the full price that I sold one for was $2,200.
God.
And
the last time I bought a vacuum, it was on sale at Bed Bath & Beyond for like $30.
It's a different
and it worked
vacuum,
just fine.
though.
this is the vacuum to end all vacuums.
But you got to remember, when somebody's showing you this Kirby, they're taking your vacuum and they're going over the same spot 150 times, right?
Yeah.
And you just know that any dirt that's in the floor, out of 150 times, your vacuum picked up. And then they'll go over it one time with the Kirby and pull out a pile of dirt.
Yeah. Kirby pads.
Yeah, dirt pads.
And we were like, well, this is only pulling for 15% as well. Imagine what you can do with over 85%. And they were like, wow. And I was like, and I got into college kids loved it because I put on a show. I did voices. It was like entertainment for the night. They were getting drunk. Yeah, we'll buy one. Let's all buy one together. And I was like, yeah, I can write up 6 right now. I got a full van of them. I sold 6 in a night. It was great.
Jeez.
Now I lowballed them all. They were $800 a piece, but I still got 6 times 25. 6 times 25. It's 150. So I got $150 that night just for working 1 hour.
Was there a base or was it all commission?
It was. You got a base pay if you didn't sell for 2 weeks. If you
Oh.
didn't sell for 2 weeks, he'll give you some money to float. Because our boss was amazing. His name was Jason Todak,
I remember Jason.
and he's an awesome guy. And he loved me. He was like, I can tell you're gonna be a stud at this. And I was like, yeah.
That's how Jason talked, though.
Yeah. He was tall. His wife April was amazing.
Are they still there? Do you
I
think?
don't know actually. The guy when I quit, I gave my salesman bag and my watch to the guy I trained, and he opened up his own store.
There was a house in Nebraska. They kept getting called out there to the guy's like, I'm thinking about buying, and they'd always send someone out there,
Mhm.
and the guy just wanted shit shampoo.
Yeah.
That's
Nice.
what it was. Yeah.
And he like Jason said, and I went out there and I came back and I walked in the office. Like I was carrying, I had the box, you know, and I just took it, just dropped it. Jason's like,
You got it. You got it. And they like high five in slow motion and
You're the
held
best
there.
around. Last time, Vance, how can people get a hold of us?
Yes, please.
Thank you, Natalie, for doing the voice tonight.
Welcome.
I'm married to that voice.
I do.
Christ compels you.
Nuptial.
That's why my cats are staying away. Oh, that is that one.
Okay, so you can get a hold of us by clicking the contact us portion of our website, don'tlookunderthebed.net. Send us a direct email at don'tlookunderthebedpodcast@gmail.com. Also send us a message on Twitter at DLUTV. And our Facebook is just Don't Look Under the Bed at Facebook.
And Patreon.
Patreon, yeah. If you like what we're doing, you want to help support it a little bit, which, hey, we're not mad.
I am mad at you. Hey.
You know, if you can support,
Please support us.
That was not me.
our Patreon is going to be a huge thing for us. So that's just
Huge.
Patreon/DLUTV.
Just huge.
$1 will help.
I can't even tell you how much we have into this. You know, and it's honestly,
I
we just
can.
love doing it.
Tears.
We love doing it though, and so if you can help. If you can't, just keep listening because we love that too.
And
Rate and
write
review.
us. Please write us. We
Yeah.
love we want more emails. I can't stress that enough. We have a lot of people that write in, but we want more. We want to hear what you guys think. We want to hear what you guys want to say. If I hate everything or not, by the way, Skidly Bop, thanks for the email. But
Rate
yeah.
and review us on the iTunes too.
I
And
think
then-
it'd be a really cool episode to just do listener emails.
Yes.
Like just answer listener questions
be
like the
fun.
whole time.
I'm
or like
in.
listener tweets. You
That's
know,
a good
whatever.
idea.
And you know,
But you gotta email and tweet us first.
And
Darn tootin'.
If you just like us, that's awesome. But if you like and share us on every format you can, that's going to be huge.
yeah. But anyway, thanks again, Ellie, for the story tonight. And this is the Don't Look Under the Bed podcast for all things comedy horror. I'm one of your scrumptious hosts, Dan
Oh,
Wonder.
God.
Next to me is
Gonna hurl a lot. Natalie Rose.
next to her is.
I'm your recovered host. Vinny Rose.
Oh yeah, you're not sick anymore.
Not as sick. It's
Not
still
as sick.
still kind of there.
It's
you
hanging
know?
on by a thread. It doesn't want to leave.
Just the phlegm's just hanging on by a thread.
The
Oh.
phlegm.
The
Like,
flam.
my voice still
phlegm.
sounds a little bit fucky, right?
A little bit.
It's more betters.
And next to me again is,
Your vicarious host, Nicholas Myers.
and we are the Don't Look at the Bed podcast. Bye.
Bye.